Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. My name is Rabenschild. Today I have a bit of an update for you because one of the plans I had fell through a bit and I wanted to test a bit of fleet work, but the script that I wanted to use seems to have different workings than I thought it has. So I continued to build on this ship. Oh, I have to do a moment of housekeeping before. I started a new job in the last week, and that's why at the moment it could be a bit chaotic, everything. I I immediately got put on a late shift, basically, so I had to stay longer and do my work there. Although I don't yet really know my work there. It's a bit crazy at the moment, but it works out. Everything's fine. It's a bit chaotic. I like it, and we will have to see how that continues. When I'm fully settled in, then we get work plans, or I get normal work plans. At the moment, the work plans for me are a bit, yeah, come here, come there, and that should change in a bit. I hope it doesn't affect the channel too much, but it could be that it does for a while. Good. Let me refill all my bottles and my energy. We can walk on the ship here. I have one problem, and I don't know where that comes from. Sometimes I'm missing blocks in the ships, and I don't know if that's a thing that happens with the build and repair system, or if that happens because it's so massive. I can't tell yet. We will have to see how that works out. I can give you, a bit of an update what I have done in the meantime. You can see I closed off the tanks on the side. They are now the main tanks for hydrogen on the ship. The front is closed off. I started to build out the candy cane a bit more, and I started to put in lasers. I found a good way to house lasers on this side. I'm not sure if it's perfect because the lasers on the other side are housed in there, but I had to go up top. Could be that there's a bit of a blind spot now, but I will counter that with other lasers that I can put on the bottom or on the side. We'll do that. We have now these grooves or these valleys, trenches on the bottom of the ship and on the top. That works out. I like that. It gives a bit more form. I can do something with the thrusters later that hopefully works out. That's the only thing I had to do. There's a connection between the two sides down here. There's more, but I want to have one down here. And the problem is that in the hangar, I don't know how big of a size I want to have it. At the moment, there's no good way to make connections from the top to the bottom. And so I have to see how I do more connections. At the moment, a lot of the connections run through the middle section here. We can go there in a second. This side of the ship at the moment is a bit problematic because if we close it with this middle wall here, that's now exactly the middle. I did some digging through the armor blocks to have the middle wall exactly in the middle of the ship. Before, the outer wall was somewhere here, and I removed that completely. We can still go through here, But this is still pressurized. Although I moved the walls, we have from the pressurized section, we have a connection to the outside. This is, yeah, this is deliberately open so that I can get to the middle sections. Everything at the moment still a bit chaotic. Oh, this is not pressurized. Or is it pressurized? It's not pressurized at the moment because it's open there. Doesn't really matter. I moved a bit of the wall in the power room, basically, so that we have the middle wall here again. I'm not sure if I will remove this. We will have to see. Again, the hangar, I have no real sense of how big I want it to be at the moment, so I have to experiment. What we will have to do is, we have one of the laser rooms on this side, so the laser room on this side powers all the lasers on the other side of the ship, and we will do it here too. So this will get a laser room in the back or down there. I think more in the back here to power the lasers of this side of the ship. The numbers are exactly the same, so I will basically copy the laser room, the laser power source room that we have on the other side. I will copy in the back there and then connect all the lasers up. There's a bit of a difference because here the lasers now are all in the top side, so I can hide all the laser running power conduits. I can run them in this space here. Will be a bit of a struggle because there's also some conveyors up here, but there are a lot less conveyors here than on the other side. That's a good thing. So there will not be any rooms that need a lot of attention when it comes to conveyors on this upper deck here on this side. It's like the halves of a brain, basically. So not a lot of conveyor connections up here. The conveyor connections will be needed down in the other section, and that's something I can do in this, in between this upper deck and the lower deck below it. This room here, I will have to widen the gravity field a bit, otherwise the gravity field ends somewhere right here. So that will have to change, but this room does what it is supposed to do. I have not set the doors yet, but we have them, so we can close this ship up. There would be also space in here for an airlock. I'm not sure if I will do that. It would be nice if I had one of these nice force fields back in here that's invisible and that you can fly through, or that has this light blue shimmer. That would be nice. But at the moment there is one of these, but in a way I don't like it. So I will stay with the doors at the moment. This section will not be pressurized, so you will have to go through the hangar to your workspace there in your suit, and then you don't know, can take it off if you want. These sections will have to be closed, and then I will have to see what I can put in there, but maybe I will just close them to have a bit more security if the outer hull gets breached or something like that. Otherwise, this bottom side is completely closed at the moment. It's reachable through the other side or through the back hangar. You can see that I copied the hangar over. Now we have two small hangars here that we can use for, I don't know, shuttles, cargo storage, or whatsoever. These rooms can be pressurized if you want. that's the same on both sides. The only thing that I have to move is this button panel. Otherwise, the rooms work the same way. So, then a lot of space down here. That's for both sides. One suggestion I got, I will try. I had no time to test it out right now. Sorry for the darkness. I will have to put up more lights in the area. I hope the lamps work out for you, the headlamps. One suggestion that I got, and I want to try that really, if there's something that I can do with this, is to use, for example, escape capsules. That's a thing I would like to do. I will have to find a good solution for that. That's not too big, not too oversized, and then have 2, 3, I don't know, escape capsules somewhere. I'm not sure. Maybe on this side, so that we could flee from the ship if ever necessary. Here you can see. Here I laid out most of the conveyor network in this how's that called? The space in between the floor and the ceiling. I don't know. I'm sure there's a good name for that. I know that from office buildings where there's basically a space between that, but I don't know the name for it right now. Yeah, and most of the lines will run through here, because on this here, there's, for example, you can see the conduits. These are the laser conduits. They are for the lasers that are on this side or the other side of the ship. And again, I don't need these in this section, so I decided to mostly put all the conveyors in here, and we can see how we route the whole cargo transfer and all this stuff. That's pretty crazy at the moment. That might change over time, when I maybe route it differently. There's also the built-in repair systems in this section that makes them also a bit more protected, because something that wants to kill the built-in repair system would have to go through both decks into the middle. And here on the bottom you can see I also have some conveyor systems. The spaces in between the floor and the ceiling were, for this case anyway, I don't know where to get up anymore. I can put one of these elevators in, because it would run through the hangar at the moment, and again, I don't know how to size it, so that will have to wait. But everything's fine. I've put some cargo containers up so I can grab materials if I need some there, and I'm not sure, I want to connect something to the hangars too, so that we could, don't know, accept freight, and then I will see. That's a plan for the future. I will not, how much time the future will bring for me. It's a bit crazy at the moment. That also gives me the opportunity to fill in missing blocks on the half that I had done already. So that's also a thing that's happening right now. I'm closing everything off, and then later I want to bring in more rooms, see how cozy I can make it. This is the front. It's closed. I want to... I'm thinking about how to close this off. If I just use some airlocks here, or if I use hangar doors or something like that. I think it might be airlocks, so this can stay this can stay pressurized here. Again, I'm thinking about bringing in something like plants or so. That would be neat. Have an arboretum or something like that in the front with all the windows. Yeah, it's one of the points. If it gets shot, it might immediately depressurize. But what do I care? And it now looks a lot nicer. Let me go to the front. We saw that already, but yeah. And I will have to find a solution for getting in and out of the ship. The right solution would be just to have the hangars for ships like ships this size. It would be good to just use the hangars, but maybe I want an airlock or so somewhere in the front or close to the front so that I can get out of the ship. So now it being a bit more symmetrical, I like it a lot more. I like it a lot more. We have a lot of space in the front and we have a lot of space in the whole ship. People were happy mostly with I didn't see anybody complain about my changes. The braces are now done and it looks weird, but I really like this control section in the middle there between the hangars. And now I need to find a good color scheme for it, because now I have 2 blobs of color in here and everything else is gray. That needs to change. It's nice. It's nice. I need to close off the bridge. That's also a thing. I need something to... The problem that we have is there's nothing like trams or so that you could build easily in small spaces with space engineers. Otherwise, I would have, don't know, something running through the middle of the ship where you can go from the back to the front or something like that. Sadly, there is nothing like that. I really like it. It will get... I will go and put in industrial capabilities next. And then I want to maybe bring all the components and all the stuff that I have in the station for now into the ship. The station with the automatic drill, that, by the way, the automatic drill runs fine. It still cuts through this asteroid there relentlessly. And it will get more and more materials with this drill, so that we, I think, can take most of the stuff of the ores and all that stuff that we have in here, just bring it to the ship and then fly off to Mars as soon as possible. It will take a few more episodes maybe, but then I want to go to Mars and see what we can do there. That will be interesting, I would say. Yeah, now that the fleet script is not working as I want it to work, I will have to find a way how I can take the Duchessa with me. Not that she would be needed, but I'm not sure how this would work. Well, we will have to see. We'll make a bit of a test flight with this ship and then decide if we need the Duchessa or if we can, if she can stay here. That might also be happening. On the flight or when we are at Mars, we will continue to establish stuff like a new drill for this ship, and then a ship that can go between the planet and the atmosphere, between the planet and the, not the atmosphere, orbit, to transfer cargo. Again, it will be a small ship. Have to see how that works out, and then establish something on Mars. Again, I want to do something that another YouTuber did. I want to test the same concept. because I really liked it. And that's a concept, not a concept we had already, but we did something similar on Mars seasons ago that failed miserably because of Clang. And now I want to do it again with and incorporate the build or something that another YouTuber already has built. We will see. Good. People, I will keep this at around 20 minutes and just cut it here. It's a short update, what I've done, and I hope that over the week, my whole situation when it comes to shifts and when I have to work and all this stuff will clear up. At the moment, I'm in basically not a training. Yeah, it's a trainee program or a training program that I have to do, and the shifts are a bit wonky because the guy that is training us has to do his other work too, and so it's a bit chaotic at the moment. That will hopefully clear up in 4 weeks or so. We will see. Good, people. Thanks for watching, I would say. I hope you liked this update. I hope you liked what I have done. And then I hope to see you in the next video. See ya, guys.